Although, hey everybody, this is Bobo the Vulture, and I just started a new video of Let's Play Aerobiz Supersonic.
I'm Grimace. Don't mind me.
I just returned some slots. And ordinarily I've been trying to do it like at the end of a quarter or a year or something like that, but that was just too good a time, and it was about time to do it anyway.
Now look, I don't have a problem with it overly much. I just voiced my complaints about it whenever you and JG did it every single video of Diablo 2.
This series will probably not go on as long as Diablo 2, however.
Oh,
I would break the videos just as frequently, so I feel like it would aggravate you over the course of a night just as much. Let's see here. Oh, did I ever go back and see how Nice is doing? Well, Vienna's brand new, so we don't know yet. Madrid is pleasing me. Nice. I could even get more planes on that once I get some slots in London. So, yeah, things are kind of rainbows in Europe right now, although I think we're still not #1 in the region, are we? I need to strive to become #1 in the region. Now, let's see, who else is offering? Okay, you're offering one route at Massive Productions, you're offering another. Everybody is offering fire sales here.
You got to sell! Sell!
I'm willing to do that just to take fares away from them. As long as I'm still making money.
That's the kicker, though. As long as you're still making that paper.
Well, in this early scenario, it's actually, I find it tends to be almost easier to do that just because the planes, as long as you don't jump into some of the jet age planes too quickly, it's easy to do that. As long as you're not trying to like fly people around in one of these, you're not too bad.
Spoiler alert for everyone following along. Do you want me to spoil what happened with the space probe? Or are you?
Oh shit.
Or are you?
I don't know.
You wanna keep being able to watch that later?
I mean, I'm probably not going to watch the probe later. I will probably, now that you've mentioned it, I may read a story about it next chance I get, but I will probably not end up watching the space probe.
All right.
Space progress.
Well, Google fucking spoils it anyway, because if I open up a tab in my browser, it gives me the result. They have like a little animated thing.
Wait, they already have a Google Doodle for this thing going? Well, I hope it went well then. Otherwise, the Google Doodle is going to be just like.
I know.
Their ghoulish prediction was they had somebody create a Google Doodle for this thing spiraling off into space or burning up.
It'll be like all of like the clothing gear that they make for like the losers of championship matches that get sent to like third world countries. They'll send the Google Doodle there too.
All those Buffalo Bills Super Bowl champions jerseys.
Hey, Thurman Tom, man.
That's right. Thurman Thomas is a bigger name in the third world probably than here. It's sad, but true. Alright, let's... oh, wait, this, I could be making more money off of this route, couldn't I, London to New York?
Shh, don't tell anyone that you could be making more money.
It's our secret to everybody.
That's right.
Good night, Morpheus.
He is gone now. He's in a better place.
So... I mean, this is one of the issues you end up having, I guess, with Aerobiz Supersonic. Things can seem to be going well enough for you, but they're going well faster for someone else. Oh no, the world's monuments went to Mexico City. Damn it, that was gonna, you know, probably be the South American hub I would eventually get one day. Yes! #1 in Europe.
Yeah!
We've wrested the crown from Metlink.
Yay!
Continue to own Southeast Asia. We will be able to grind this game into a stalemate.
Yeah! Grinding!
Holy shit. What happened to our profits and what happened to theirs?
Boo!
That's less good.
Double plus on good.
I guess nobody wanted to go to Miami?
I love how you in the form of question. Miami?
I mean, it's that, or I mean, maybe people hate Vienna.
Oh, and since tangentially we're still also discussing Halloween Havoc 1995.
Oh yeah, the
and
Battle of Sumo
grinding
Monster
came up.
Trucks.
Let me show off the Yeti and oh no, hitbox!
Oh,
No.
come on. The Yeti huggled people to death.
Yes, he was
Well-
helping the giant Huggle Hogan.
That's right, they had their little group huggle go on.
Oh no.
That was a strange experience.
A single tear falls from my cheek. Disappointment Hill.
Disappointed.
As Kevin Sorbo would say. Disappointed.
It's okay to change that flight. Also, let's go look at the disappointment that is Osaka.
What if I change the extension to a JPG from a GIF V? Aha! I'm a sorcerer!
Now, the giant here is just going for your standard bear hug.
Yes, bear hug.
But the Yeti is going for something a little different.
Lex Luger, meanwhile, is active and
stomping the shit out of Macho Man.
and Jimmy Hart's like, fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Fuck his ass, Yeti! Yeah! The crowd's like, what?
Jimmy Hart just loves it too much.
Excuse me? What's happening?
Wow. This is after they just got done watching, presumably on a Jumbotron somewhere, they got to see the Sumo Monster Truck match between
that
Hulk Hogan.
They had Lex Luger fight Randy Savage before that, and then there was the sumo match where Paul White fell off a roof.
Yes. Maybe that's why he's not as energetic in their little group grind session there.
Before that, the crowd burned itself off on the Sting betrayal.
Alright, now let's see what's going on in Miami. Look, perfectly fine. No worries, no questions, no problems there. Vancouver doing fabulous business. Miami, still somewhat lackluster. How many slots is this particular person negotiating for? I don't even remember. I think it was maybe one more. It's sad.
I don't recall.
Although London, we're still making more money, so let's go ahead and
Squeeze.
gouge just a little harder.
Squeeze.
And then we will, yes, we'll hear the squeeze creeping, and then we will go to Europe. Alright. Now.
I know your squeeze.
Yes! Ah, it's not a lot of money, but it's passengers, and it's still some profit.
Thank the heavens we have all those spare Vienna slots to upgrade the route.
Well, I mean, why not? Once we have more slots in London, what else are we going to do with them? Throw them to Nice?
The mythical London slots. Here we are, the elusive London slot here in its natural habitat, non-existent.
Alright.
Oh, that's not a mummy, Gogurt. That's the Yeti.
That's not a mummy, that's the mummy. Well.
Did you know you gotta keep Hulk Hogan warm? It was October, baby. It's cold outside.
So I've pretty much, I haven't completely maxed out all of the regions that are worth setting up for making money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously North America, but North America's going to take a while.
Yeah. And because you're running through New York, which is having some difficulty with you in slot procurement.
Would it be logical at this point to try and set up a foothold in Africa? It's probably the next easiest place to try and just set up a dominance.
You know the game better than I do. What kind of profit potential is awaiting you in Africa in 1962?
There's not profit potential anywhere left in the game, really. No, these other things are just things you check off because you have to check them off. honest, like, there's some
You
profit.
still have half the world left to check off.
Well, right. There's a reason I haven't done it yet. There's some profit to be made in just flying in and out of North America, or out of South America. Just, you know, like, just getting interregional flights just because the mileage is long on them. But there's not a whole lot to be made within the regions themselves. Basically, just establishing a dominance in Africa would be just more progress towards game completion and potentially
can
just
you do something
porting
from
Metlink
like
again.
Los Angeles to South America?
You can't set up more than one hub in a region in this game.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, I thought it would be different if only because it was like a different area. So New York has to be like the nexus for everything.
They have to be the nexus.
You don't.
Well, unless we decided to massively overhaul everything that's going on in North America.
It's just that although New York is the stronger city and you have the hotel there, you can't get any more slots there at this time.
Yeah. How many slots would I be able to get in Los Angeles? There are a lot. Total.
But it would be worse for your profit margin, so I can't necessarily condone it. It's just, it's rough that you can't fucking establish something from any other major city of the region.
It would be a huge financial undertaking, and I don't think I've ever actually tried to do it in this game, so it would at least be fun from an experimental standpoint. But theoretically, you should be able to cancel all of the routes within the region, so then you would have no routes going into a hub.
Now, can you create like other routes? Like, say if you want to do, say, Los Angeles to Miami, could you do that and just not have like another interregional hub?
No. All flights in this region have to depart from New York. Now, the thing that I don't know, and I'd be curious enough about to maybe try, is whether or not it would be possible to set up a flight, to cancel all of these flights, cancel every flight, including the flight to London, cancel all the routes, set up a new route from either London or Beijing into Los Angeles, and then establish it as a hub, all the while retaining my slots so that I would then have to set up new routes individually from Los Angeles after establishing it as a hub. It would be a tremendous undertaking financially, but it might be a wiser long-term strategy now that we have planes that can cover that distance. How long is this scenario even for? How many more years do I have to accomplish this?
It goes from, like, default, like, the range is from 55 to 75. I don't know when exactly, like, the scenario will end.
75, yeah. Tell you what, just for fun time and experimentation.
Oh, shit.
Don't you like it when I learn about the game, Grimmeth? Oh, the music stopped. The menus, what can they mean?
Save stating. I'm trying a new lean stating, too.
It's time, folks. It's time to regret our actions. London to New York. Let's close it. One regional hub and 4 routes will be closed. All flights listed above will be closed. Are you sure you want to close? Actually, not yet. Well, no, because there's no reason
to... What a letdown.
There's no reason to do it yet, because I need a plane that will fly from Beijing to Los Angeles.
Damn it!
I need a plane that will get me there. I need to buy one.
Recognize that?
You were so excited about the fact that I would be able to just completely fail at this.
I wasn't excited. I didn't know for sure. Figured maybe
6310. Damn, I'm gonna have to do it. It's still gonna have to be from London. Can you make it? Yeah, you can do it. 55, yeah. 5,500, we can do that. Oh, if I'd only kept that one plane in stock instead of wasting it on getting that flight to Osaka that's so terrible.
Oh, man.
5,500. Yeah, let's get one DC-850. Anchor your fleet with this. No, I'll probably wait for the DC-860, but good try. All right. Out of curiosity, how long would it take to negotiate for more slots in LA? Let's send our
They are fairly sassy with you.
Thanks to our Bajingity.
Yes, but there's so many slots.
9 months. So I'm going to wait until we get an interregional hub there, if we can do that.
Okay.
I'm going to wait till we get the hub there.
Yeah.
And then hopefully they will be a little more receptive to giving us massive piles of slots. All the monuments are having a party in Mexico City. And those two tourists, unless those guys are monuments that I just don't recognize.
So I put my hands up to playing my song.
That's right, party in Mexico City.
Yeah! It's a party in Mexico City. Doesn't have the same ring to it.
It's slightly less Beringity.
Beringity.
I'm actually, I'm getting close to MetLink in North America though. Just don't have the profits they do. Eight slots in London. Well,
maybe
those were going to be important.
The business venture only playthrough, where like we just go for money for like the first decade, and then we're like, okay, fine, let's like get off our laurels.
God damn it!
You know, hey, it's up.
Well, this makes sense. I mean, this guy came around saying the environmental problems around Chicago are getting worse. Nobody did anything, so sure enough, he's back. Hey, they're still getting worse. Nobody did anything before.
We need more money now because they've gotten worse.
Sure, I'll back this project. Oh, now that we know it's serious. Well, sorry, you gotta go elsewhere. Alright. Let's go to North America. Let's regret everything. This will be fun. I've never actually closed a regional hub before in this game. It always seems like it's
the bankruptcy does that for you automatically, right?
I mean, it depends on whether or not all the flights are profitable or not. All these flights will be closed. Okay, well, good to know. I want to close it. Oh man, it's the sad route closing theme. We don't have any routes flying into this region. But we have a massive number of slots.
A suggestion I'm reading here for possibilities for other challenges to do in Aerobiz Supersonic would be to start off as Moscow and endure perestroika and hope for someone from, say, like the United States to come asking for a benefit. You give them the money to help out, and that would allow you to buy Western Bloc
US planes. I have done that before. I just was in my pre-LP days. Let's see, one flight a week.
You would be highly dependent on like someone knocking on your door asking for money.
Yep. Because if that didn't happen, you would not be able to fly to South. You wouldn't be able to get as far as Southeast Asia. You would not be able to get as far as North America.
So what you're saying is that you need to engineer your necessity, like sabotage them, like send like covert agents into North America and pollute.
You negotiate for the regional hub. In this region, we have a flight going into Los Angeles. All right, we can reset our hub.
Yeah. But all of the money we lost.
Oh, also, here, let me,
You can't cancel people in this game, right? Like, when they're committed, right?
I thought I could.
That's only in the original Aerobiz where you can yank people away. Maybe you know of such sorcery.
Nope. She's gonna continue negotiating for a slot in New York. Well, I hate to break it to her, but I'm going to return those, and, you know, as soon as she's done
Dun
doing
dun
that.
dun!
Your work is for naught.
Your
Although,
work is
now
for
that I'm
naught.
doing this, now that I am doing this, I need to start setting up some sweet, sweet routes like DC, Chicago. Actually, nobody's flying into DC now. That seems good.
Yeah, you might have to. I mean, since we're in this alternate history path, you might as well employ Useless Man too. Maybe he can redeem himself.
He's useless across all dimensions. But alright. Let's see. Do we send him to Toronto? Do we send him to Chicago?
Well, Chicago, I hear, is very polluted these days.
Yeah, nobody wants to go there. It's all polluted. Although there's fewer than 500,000 people in Toronto.
Hmm.
That seems odd.
Hold
Eh, let's send him to Philly.
on. Toronto population 1962. Okay. 1961, the population of the Toronto city was 1.8 million.
Okay, so they half their people left.
In 1951, before the start of this game, it was higher. You know, maybe it's just that Koei may not have done the most accurate census work here.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like you should trust them in this. Alright, so that is going well. What if we went ahead and dropped another plane on this? Because you'll see we now have massive numbers of planes in reserve because we were using all those. Let's see whether or not that many people actually wanted to go to Vienna. And we're pretty much going to have to wait a month until we get this hub set up. And once we do, we are going to have some flights to set up, so we don't want to waste any of this money. So let's just end the quarter.
Yeah, because it's not as if we're going to be swimming in that money now that New York has been shut down.
Yeah, also our, you know, most profitable... Oh, what the hell, guys?
Wow.
Why you gotta go fucking passing around the uniforms again?
They fucking took our jobs! They closed us down! All the offices, all the places where we work.
Guys, didn't you read the memo?
Employment is gone. Look at all these slots in here in London now. Look at them!
Los Angeles has such better weather. I thought you'd like living there as your hub home.
There's earthquakes there!
Well, there's wind in New York, apparently. World's spinning winds.
No more so big sites, rebel. Oh, all the wonders moved to Mexico.
Oh, they're still there. Yep, they're still hanging. All right. Oh, yeah, that hurt our interregional passengers. Just a titch.
A titch?
Yeah. Oh, and we lost a lot of pass. Oh, geez, this is going to hurt our whole network until we get set up again.
Korea, back to #1 in Southeast Asia.
They're like, what? We can't go to North America on your airline anymore? Fuck it, we're not going.
Flying on Korean. So we're back to pieces of Lockheed.
We still beat out Korean for profits this quarter.
Woo! Thank the stars.
And we actually have non-profitable routes now. Alright, regional hub was opened in Los Angeles. Let's... Okay. Oh, our negotiations failed. Oh, that's too bad.
What a fucking surprise.
Oh, you mean you closed down your hub here? They decided not to give you more slots?
What do you mean that we couldn't get more value out of there? The real pain of this, though, is that all the money you have to spend during this reconfiguration process, it's hard to say whether that's worth it. Like, you didn't even get any value back from closing all these routes.
No, we didn't. This is basically just going to be... This is the opportunity cost of expanding in North America at this point.
The opportunity cost is too high. You make enough profit to make the cost, like, pay for itself by the time the game ends.
It's going to be hard to say.
Because you don't even have enough slots in Los Angeles right now to hook up with glorious Vancouver.
Well, yeah.
Well, at least you'll have that second plane.
Well, that's... That's right. Weenie neenie. Alright, have a good night, Erdenshire. I likely should get to bed soon as well, but we're in the throes of a fantastic experiment.
Yes.
How are things going here now? Sure. Sure, that sounds good. 6 months for 6 slots.
A slot a month?
That's good. A month a slot.
Instead of 9 or 12 months for a slot, it's a better ratio.
Do we have enough money for another DC? I would love to wait for DC 860 because I think they're gonna get better. They're gonna have better passenger loads. But
I can check to see whenever the DC 860 comes out.
Yeah, all right.
Aerobiz Supersonic. DC 860, 1967.
Do I want to wait 4 years, or should I just go ahead and start getting these?
Range is 5930, and seating capacity is 240. 1967 is so many years from now.
Yeah, it's getting near the end of the game. This is 150, so...
150 just means fewer empty seats?
Well, provided we, perhaps this plane isn't to my liking. Actually, it occurs to me I don't have the slots in LA yet to completely fill up those routes.
Right, you could invest that money into the...
Into the...
Yeah. It's a pity. No charter companies.
No, yeah, no, nothing like that. Let's go ahead and return some slots to New York City.
Here, guys, feast! Feast on the carcasses of these slots.
Feed me more.
He no longer works for them.
Oh, is that so?
Right back? No longer employed by the WWE. It's been that way for several months now.
Give back those 14 slots. And 2 more. We're not done giving back slots.
Neat.
Alright. On the bright side, the one flight that is not new, it doesn't make us that much money yet, but it is full, so we do have people going around, leading their lives, having their fun. Let's go see whether or not that expansion in Vienna helped anyone.
That London to Rome route, man. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, the London to Athens, oof.
Well, it's full now at least.
Yeah. But
Oh,
not
but
being connected to North America has sent like shockwaves across the entire Bobo air.
Madrid. Yeah, that's true. This can't be. This is not a fair representation. I'm gonna have to wait until the dust settles from this big move.
Betlink is like, oh goody, more slots for me.
Alright. 14 more slots in Tehran.
Maybe the real mistake is not going into the Middle East. War doesn't happen there for a while. It'd be fine.
Not until AD 2101. Well, we are still not back in #1 in Europe, but we're better. Our numbers have improved a little.
Oh,
we are back
good.
to #1 in Southeast Asia.
Phew, the true test.
Well, I mean, if we weren't #1 at home, that would be a problem. Our profits have rebounded, not entirely.
Back to second place, Metlink is like, oh goody, more money for me. Less competition in New York City, yeah.
Well, you know, if you can't beat them because of... Uh-oh. Oh, well, actually that helps us out, I guess, in theory. Malaysia declared independence from Britain. Next year, the Olympics will be held in Tokyo.
Alright, Tokyo Olympics.
The 727. That's a very good airplane.
The sad thing is that when you load state, I think it
Miami.
will change, like, what city the Olympics will be in next year.
I think in this game it actually goes based off of where the Olympics were.
Oh. Ah.
Like the Tokyo, I mean, you could check. I think, were the Olympics in Tokyo in 1964? I know you have a Google machine up there somewhere.
Olympics. Yes, Tokyo. Summer
I think
Games
it does
in Tokyo. All
follow
right.
history that way.
I guess I'm just too used to Aerobiz inventing when the Olympics will be held.
Oh, nobody trusts me now.
You burned our bridges, Bobo.
I did. I burned their virtual bridges. Welp. How much longer is it going to take to get these extra slots in Los Angeles? Because
6 months.
3 months. Because I would like to get moving on some
hey,
projects.
now you can even set up Honolulu now, right? You'd be close enough
Yes.
to that?
We could. Would I be able to do it even with DC-6s? I could. It's dirt cheap. I mean, it's a dirt cheap route to set up. Might be better to do than Miami. But yes, Los Angeles opens up a lot more like doors of opportunity in the north, like whenever I can do it. The only time I ever set up in New York is when technology prohibits it. So in the first scenario, if I'm starting in some place where I can't fly that way. Oftentimes I will do the first scenario, and if I'm in Tokyo or if I have a hub in Tokyo, I'll just wait to expand to North America until jets come out that will do it, because it's just too good. But let's keep holding off.
Maybe that's the real playthrough. We need to make businessman, salaryman Bobo.
Oh, all the monuments packed up, and
Hey
Sphinx
guys,
was like,
where have we not been? Central Africa?
yeah.
Nairobi, let's go. Alright. Let freedom burn.
And these are not going to recover. Well, these might, but they didn't. That's too bad.
Oh, Metlink's in Africa now and winning.
Welp. This could be trouble because I had a hold on Europe.
Oh,
back
you're in third
before
place in profit now.
Yeah.
They were not winning the Mideast and not winning Southeast Asia.
Five slots in Los Angeles, 8 slots in Washington. So now the question becomes...
Go the fuck back to Los Angeles! That's the question.
the question becomes, go the fuck back to Los Angeles. Yes. Now the question becomes, do we go to Washington? Do we go to Miami.
Hmm.
They are identical in mileage. That's interesting. This is clearly a more populous city with a,
I mean, you'll have to hook Ronald Reagan up, so... I know he's not president now, but he will be.
Yes. He's got aspirations.
That's right. Shaman, is this a conflict between great airline captains, or is Grimmeth our local advisor? Well, Bobo has never listened to any of my pleas to organize Aerobiz multiplayer.
I wouldn't say I haven't listened to
The one
them.
time you listened to them was during the Mammoth live broadcast marathon. Like, suppose now's not a good time to have us try to set up. Like, no, it's not.
But hey, it's still going in slow dribs and drabs, but we're happily being given new slots all the time, whenever we ask.
Yes, so long as it's like, you have to eat that portion first before we'll give you any more.
That's right.
Should you start making making room in Mexico City, or what are we doing?
Nope, I'm going to try and milk North America for all it's worth before I start moving out into South America.
Okay.
It's going to take a little while, but
Well, I don't know
great
how the
things-
hell all these wonders keep moving like this. This is amazing.
Ah, good. Our numbers are recouping slightly in Europe. Hopefully that's because our reputation as a global airline is vastly improved by flying into DC.
Netlink is winning most of the regions on the board, though. It's except for Middle East and Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Profits
Hey,
have
we're back
still
to
not
number 2 in
recovered.
profits. Hey, but we're back to number 2. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, so they have 5 regions.
And they need 6.
Yes, we can hold them down in Southeast Asia. It's going to be on somebody else to hold them down in the Middle East.
So far, Netlink is in 3rd place in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can you-
the wonders might move now.
the monuments wanted to. They knew that something was happening, so they decided to come in and join
It's
them.
the fucking Statue of Liberty. They saw that shit and went. "Ah!"
They decided they were going to go in and stir something up. 11 slots in Philly. Okay, we didn't need
That's
all
when we
that.
saw the Sphinx fighting, fighting for human rights.
Just because it's fun, let's go to Boeing and look at the 727.
Okay, because it's fun.
Wasn't that fun, everybody?
Yay!
It actually is a decent. It's a decent plane.
Yes,
for,
but you wouldn't go back on your McDonnell Douglas loyalty now.
I wouldn't, just because I don't have, like, if I needed, what I like to do
Okay.
is, yeah, let's go back and start a sentence that I can complete.
All right.
What I like to do in my ideal scenarios in these games is have something like a 727, something that seats like 100 to 150 people, in North America, so that I have something that has decent enough mileage, because it has, about the same mileage as these DC-6s, it just has more seats. It doesn't go as far, but it doesn't have to if it's going just within one place to another in the region. That's all I was really trying to get out.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, there we have it. Oh, let's not look for more slots just now. Let's take a look at our routes in North America. These are not recovering as quickly as I would have hoped, although Washington is doing a nice bit of business. Get a load of that.
Oh, this guy, man.
Yeah, there's something. Thinking we may actually be being limited by the number of flights we have coming into North America. I may want to get some more DC-8s, which is why I selected Tupolev. Sorry, one of the handy-dandy buttons to make text move faster is the D-pad, so I will often hold the D-pad while text is scrolling.
That's fine.
Unfortunately, that does mean that the text finishes scrolling and you...
Well, why don't you hold it left or right, though, instead of down?
Well, I mean, left or right is what I was holding it to the left,
Shit.
which is why it hopped across the world. Gonna order 2 of these. Knock back all my money.
Rip money.
Yeah, rip. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's keep it moving. What happened in 1964 stayed in 1964. Alright. Yep, they decided they'd had enough of Kenya, but they didn't want to leave Africa yet, so they're like, well, where else can we go around here? Sphinx is like, let's go a little closer to my home.
Let's go back to Tunis. Oh, yeah, let's go back to Tunis. Ah.
That place was fun.
Ah.
I like how they're all birds or something. Damn. Maybe I just need to run advertising campaigns in Europe to get everyone back? We're sorry we broke your route between...
That sounds like a trap.
We're sorry we broke your route between London and New York. You can still get there, believe us. You just have to take one of these planes halfway across the world first. Wait a minute, did I just see Beijing has a request?
I don't know.
I think a country was going around asking for something. Oh no, it was Libya.
Beijing, Libya, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
We also wish to attract the wonders.
Yes. For some reason, they come to everywhere in Africa except here. Sure, let's back this project. Hooray. I know. It gives me irrational joy to, Wait. I don't want to start a new route with these plans. I want to adjust an existing route. Five beautiful flights a week. How's that?
Five whole beautiful rats. Oh, boy.
And... pow. It's 18 months, but we are slowly but surely omnomming up some slots as time goes by. It'll be fine. And do we have enough money to set up any routes here? The route to Philly or the route to Miami?
Good answer. Good answer.
Okay. I'm willing to take this.
Look at those beautiful DC-6s. Waiting.
They are just happy to go. Let's open up this route.
And those 7 slots in Philly can stay there and get their cheese sticks.
Oh,
And their
delicious.
disco fries.
It's essentially disco fries in a bun. Alright, so that negotiation is going to take place in Los Angeles for slots, and while that happens, how long would it take to get some slots in Hawaii? Tell us, salaryman.
Tell us. Join us, salaryman.
That'll also take 9 months. Let's do it. Sounds like a congruence of events. Now, what's happening in Europe that's getting everybody so upset?
Well, United Kingdom had a referendum, and the people agreed to leave the European Union.
Haha! That's what was happening in 1964. Alright, London, Los Angeles.
It's topical!
Topical, guys.
All that money that Rome is making you, it's delicious.
Nice. Well, thankfully Nice hasn't betrayed us yet. Just Athens and...
What's Bangkok up to
Good.
this time of year?
Will a slight sail help change your mind? Madrid, oh, it's back towards the other direction. Vienna, alright, maybe we didn't need the extra plane.
Could I interest you in a sail?
Romania, yeah, so... This is interesting. Everybody is trying to figure out what was going on historically in 1964. I remember, I feel like the first series or two I did on this game, that was a thing I was doing. I was just like, what were the events that happened this year?
I feel as if that's something you did too. Like, welcome to this year, in 19 blah 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 blah.
Yeah. That's right, it was the year of rubber. And I tried to include any major air industry things that happened. Like, I believe in the
That was back in your younger days when you put forth effort, right?
Oh yeah. In the 60s in through the 70s, there was a big thing going on in the airline industry where hijackings were just like relatively common. And
it was the in vogue thing.
Yeah, just like, but like it wasn't a situation where people were typically ever hurt. It was that like they would, like terrorists would hijack a plane and force it to land somewhere, but they wouldn't actually like kill anyone. They would just land, and then they would demand the release of political prisoners or do some other such thing, and eventually everybody would just sort of get left out. And that was sort of, I guess people were cool with it. I don't know. All right. Yes. Passengers are bouncing back in Europe. Before too long, we might actually have the advantage back over MetLink. Yes!
Yeah!
Did you see those numbers?
Yeah!
I mean, you also see these profit numbers probably, and that's less great, but...
Yeah! We're still beating
But no, as long as we can keep this going, we can't have the game swept out from underneath us, because we're now #1 in MetLink's home region.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if they hold everywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
If they don't hold their home region, they can't win.
MetLink is like, what the fuck is this shit? You leave New York, I make more money, you take my passengers. That's it. It's game over time now.
No, never be game over. Oh boy. Well, unfortunately, at 1:15, this is probably around the time I'm going to have to just sleep.
No.
But no, I wanted to at least, this particular episode, for those that were keeping track, will be a little on the long side, but I did want to at least sort of either prove or disprove the viability of pivoting from one regional hub to another mid-game, just because it's something I'd never tried.
So what do you think you learned?
Well, I think I learned that the costs are large enough that I really don't think you should do it for any reason other than absolute necessity, that, you literally can't expand, or, something along those lines. But that it is possible. It's going to be a real fiscal burden. So if you can, exercise careful planning instead, then it's probably better to not do. But in this scenario, you can't you can't start in Los Angeles. It's a better place to start, but you can't start there. So, there's trade-offs. This is the first time I've done this particular strategy. So far, it's going okay. We'll see whether or not it wins out in the end, but I don't think I've ever, like any other time I've played Scenario 1, I've either just stuck with New York or waited until I could access Los Angeles. And unless you're in North America or South America, you can't access Los Angeles from another continent.
We've done some discovery here. This old game that's been out for so long that you've enjoyed from your childhood. You're learning more things about the game even now.
Well, enjoyed from maybe like my college years. This
Your
is not one that I
childhood.
actually.
It was your childhood.
Yes, this one that I enjoyed from what is now, relatively speaking, my childhood.
Quit diluting it.
Right, all those years I spent as a child, still never actually having seen a physical copy of this cartridge.
You still dilute it. Come on.
I can't help it, it's too strong the way it just comes naturally.
So yes, Darkcaster, while MetLink has no competition in Oceania or South America, it doesn't matter. Not only would you have to, in order to win this difficulty, the AI has to hold 6 of 7 regions. You must also win your home region. MetLink, as of this moment, is losing theirs.
Oh yes, Darkcaster. Let's just quick go through the victory or loss markers. Basically, you have to be number 1 in your home region for passengers, which is what is preventing MetLink from winning right now because I've just taken North America from them. You have to be number 1 in passengers for at least 6 regions.
Which they're not. They weren't.
Which they're not.
You took North America.
Which they're not. They're poised. They're the ones most likely poised to do that at this point, but they're not there yet. You have to be number 1 in profit, or you don't have to be number 1 in profit. You have to turn a profit for that year or quarter or whatever it is. I always forget.
That's a full fiscal year.
Yes. And you have to do all of this within the time window of the scenario, which is 1975 in this case. It was from 1955 to 1975. If no one achieves the victory conditions by 1975, there is a different there's a different ending scene that comes up.
It's all sad music and shit, but I mean, I don't understand why everyone just stalemates and continues to war forever.
It's like, oh no, you mean there continues to be competition in the airline industry, so they have to not just completely fuck with people all the time and just set the highest prices possible? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's apparently what's happening. I do, Darkcaster notes, you should just keep playing forever, and, there's a part of me that thinks it would be kind of fun to be able to just do a scenario where you start in 1955 and just continue to move along with advancements in technology. And, in this game, all of the scenarios, and hey, Fluffy Woofy, unfortunately, the stream's about to end. But there is a part of me that would kind of like to, because in this game, you can basically continue to use the same airplanes you had at the beginning of the game. There's no incentive to be like, all right, clearly these things are out,
well, the incentive would be if they are outshined by better planes.
Yeah. Even if there was a thing where they started saying, these airplanes will be rendered, these airplanes will be obsolete, or if there's an increased percentage of, because there's a random event in this game where plane crashes and you lose the plane. If there's just a certain point after 30 years or something like that where the planes just start having mechanical failures constantly. Then okay, then it would start doing that, and you'd have to sell all your old fleet and buy new planes, and you'd be picking from different stock, and it would be somewhat interesting. We can all only dream to be the guy who is being pushed by 7 or 8 guys and then force pushed by 4 guys on the edges.
So those guys, the green suits there. Well, I've been that way before when I was younger. I'd be like, yeah, I'm totally a part of this experience right now here on the peripheral.
Yeah, oh, I'm helping you push the car. You sort of have your palm on the side of it because everyone's already in the back.
I love being a salary man. Whee!
It's the best. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight to YouTube. Good night, YouTube.
Maybe YouTube will see this before you resume broadcasting this game.
Well, possibly.